Yesterday, Ash Wednesday, as we begin our journey, our Lent, I remember that Jesus, every time he spoke of being crucified, added that on the third day, he will resurrect. Our journey is a journey towards Easter. It is a journey towards life. Catholicism is not a religion of death. It is a religion of life. It's not a religion of misfortune or of people who see everything bad, who suffer and like to suffer. It is a religion of people full of joy, because love is what pursued joy. Christianity, Catholicism, is the religion of those who have met God on earth, and are sure that this union with God here will continue in heaven when death comes. But that journey to life goes through the cross. There could have been no resurrection if there had not been death. This is what the Gospel reminds us today. Whoever does not carry his daily cross cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not go through the cross cannot resurrect the daily cross. He who for the love of me is not capable of accepting his cross cannot be united with me. The world, I remind you yesterday, tell you, suffering is useless. It's good for nothing, and you take the risk of believing it. It is a great temptation. Suffering is useless. It doesn't have a purpose. And we, on the other hand, because Jesus started, we know the suffering. I'm talking, of course, about inevitable suffering. It does not mean that when you are sick, you cannot go to the doctor or to take a pill to relieve the pain, or when you have a problem, you try to solve it. We're talking about inevitable suffering, obviously, but we know that that suffering is the encounter with Christ. I don't know if you have ever noticed what Christ on the cross represents. We see a man crucified, nailed, bleeding, tortured, dying, or already dead. But we can see it in another way. A man with open arms. For me, it is also a scene like that of the mother or father encouraging the small children to take his first steps and standing at a short distance from him. Just a few steps, of course, but for the children it's a huge distance. And they open their arms. They open their arms, encouraging him to come to embrace. They offer him to take a few steps to strengthen his legs. Christ on the cross is that father, that mother, who opened his arms and said to us, I am waiting for you on the cross, come to me. Do you want an embrace? Come to me, I will give it to you. Do you need love? Come to me, I will give it to you. Come, take a few steps, straighten your legs, so you can encounter with me. And I will give you a hug. I will give you a hug at the very moment when you encounter me. That is, when you go to the cross. The world tells you it is useless. We listen to Jesus, who tells us, whoever wants to come with me, whoever wants my embrace, whoever wants to live, must embrace his daily cross. But he also tells us something else. Today's gospel tells us, what good is for a man to gain the whole world if he loses his life, his soul, his eternal life? I think that therein lies an important part of the problem. There is no more faith, Not even among the vast majority of practicing Catholics, there is no more faith in eternal life. Without that faith in eternal life, every day we are on the downtime, like an hourglass, which we see losing its grain one by one until we see less and less left, and in the end nothing. So we rush through life, and it is left as the ancient used to say, without faith, great dim, live the present, squish the present that, like the juice of a lemon or the juice of an orange, without getting at the end nothing but bitterness. Because no matter how much you get, you know that your end is near, and it doesn't matter, neither the ethics, and sometimes not even the laws. It does not matter. You have to live in the present, taking the greatest possible pleasure from the present, because death is an irreversible end. It's all over. There is no honor, no ethics, I repeat, and sometimes there is not even fear of the law. On the other hand, for us, the end does not exist. To die is only to die. And the Lord tells us, whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. Whoever comes to me on the cross, whoever wants to embrace me, whoever does not refuse to do good, even if it's hard for him, whoever forgives his enemies, whoever gives alms, whoever fulfills his duties, whoever does the possible good, whoever joins me in physical suffering or moral suffering, whoever asks me for forgiveness, will receive my embrace, and I will take him to eternal life. We believe in eternal life, and we want eternal life, and we are not willing to gamble such eternal life for an instance of pleasure. Let us ask the Lord to help us, to give us the strength to embrace the cross, and let us run to him like a little children to his mother or his father, who extend his arms to him, urging him to take his first steps, knowing that it is the best thing for the child, even if it's difficult for the children to walk on his legs. And let us remember, we have to live the present moment, but with the perspective of eternity. There is eternal life, and the Lord wants us to lead us to it. So be it.